It's the Orioles on Masson as the homestand continues. The Orioles right now are 4-1 during this current stand, 1-1 against the White Sox. This is Game 3 of the 4-game set here at Camden Yards. A glorious Sunday at the ballpark, and great to have you with us. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Two teams who came into this series as the hottest hitting teams in the month of August, but it has been two games in which the pitchers have dominated. We'll see if they do that again today. We have talked about Nick Markakis and the quality of his consistency, not just this year, but throughout his young career. For Nick Markakis, the doubles are coming. He leads the American League now with 37, picking up one in the ball game yesterday, and continues to have one of the great eyes, the knowledge of the zone that makes such a difference that he gets to hit his pitchers and not the pitchers. Take a look at the comparison to the Major League average. The percentage of swings inside the strike zone for Nick, a little down, but contact is up compared to the average. Percentage of swings outside the strike zone for Nick, not many. That's because he knows where that strike zone is, and the contact numbers outside the zone, he knows when to go after one that's not a strike. Jim Palmer, he's just a really good hitter.
Well, yeah, he's a good hitter, and I think the amazing thing is not that well protected. Of course, Wigan had a great April and May where he hit 13 home runs, and his numbers are down power-wise. So he's kind of hitting where maybe I got to do it myself. So some of those numbers are even more important, and if you want to compare him to somebody like Joe Mauer, I mean, you know, look at Joe Mauer. We're talking about a guy that's won 3 batting titles. He won the MVP last year. So, again, outside the zone, you know, again, maybe a little bit higher contact. We're comparing to a guy that's a batting titleist. So, again, I think we have a new manager here. As you mentioned, the Orioles 4-1. The hitting's up because Brian Roberts is back. So when you're trying to, if you're Andy McPhail or you're Buck Showalter, and if we watch the Orioles next year, you're going to get somebody to protect them. You're going to get a little bit more power bats, and all of a sudden Nick will even become a better hitter because I think he can hit for more power. I think right now he's just trying to feel for the ball, and he does a great job of that.
Well, we talked about the first 2 games dominated by pitching. There's no reason to believe that won't happen again with Guthrie and Burley scheduled to make the start here today. Sunday in the park, Baltimore White Sox. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Some high overcast. What has been a beautiful Sunday morning and early afternoon. 89 degrees at game time to start this afternoon game. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines for Ozzie Guillen's White Sox. Pierre, Vizquel, and Rios, Konerko, Quinton, and Kotze, Ramirez, Castro, and Beckham. Gordon Beckham may hit ninth, but the numbers he's putting up right now are much better than a number 9 hitter.
And let's take a look at our PNC scouting report on Jeremy Guthrie and what he needs to do to achieve success today. Well, Play It Again, Sam, one of my favorite Woody Allen movies. Humphrey Bogart used to talk about that. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Against the Central since 2009, very good. He's got a 2-game winning streak against the White Sox. And again, the White Sox, and most teams, if you're going to get Guthrie, you want to get him early. 44% of the runs he's given up, innings 1 or 2. So there are the records, and a little misleading because they've averaged him 3.3 runs on the season. Not a lot of runs to work with.
Guthrie goes against the White Sox team that continues to lead the Central. They are a game and a half up. They've won 7 of their last 10. The Orioles now 36-74. Orioles have split their last 10 games at 5-5, but under Buck Showalter, first loss last night, and now 4-1 under the new skipper. Ready to go. Pierre stands in, Guthrie will deliver, and we are underway. Lucuzzi's got the home plate with the short sleeve shirt on, and the 1-0 delivery, and that'll be fouled back. Pierre with a 14-game hit streak as he has continued to come away with a hit a ball game. He did last night with a 1-for-4, so he's had a couple of hits and 9 at-bats in the first 2 games of this series. 2-ball, 1-strike count from Guthrie. Gets 69% of leadoff batters, and he's got a shot at getting one right here. Brian Roberts.
Take a look. Last night, of course, this is what Markakis is. Forget the bat. We know he can hit. He can play right field as well as anybody, especially here. Take a look at the defense behind Jeremy Guthrie. P.A. Jones and Markakis, Bell, Esturz, Robertson, Wigington, and Jake Fox. He will be behind the plate. Actually came over from Oakland after playing with the Chicago Cubs, not the White Sox, but the Cubbies last year.
Jake making his 5th start behind the plate, and a ground ball towards short. Esturz on the running throw, and he's done it. So Guthrie starts out. Vizquel retired with a couple of ground ball outs. Always a good sign for Jeremy Guthrie.
Now there's what we were talking about. Just keep doing what you're doing. Play it again, Sam, because he's been so good. I mean, the only thing when you look at the hits over the last couple of games, they have been extra base hits. So, you know, even against the Angels, the 2 of the 3 runs on a 2-run home run, but velocity's up, command's up.
Alex Rios will foul that one away. Rios playing in center field. He started 2 of the 3 games here. This being the second. He's had a 1-for-4. Jeremy Guthrie, 6 starts against the White Sox prior to this one. He is 2-3 with a 4.79 ERA against them. Jeremy here in his home ballpark. This is going to be game number 12 at Camden Yards. He's 4-5. Good ERA of 3.96 here at home. That'll be fouled straight back by Rios, and Guthrie gets ahead on the count, 1-2. Rick Kranitz on the right, pitching coach, whose pitchers have provided the 5 quality starts the last time through the rotation. 1-2 delivery. Fastball will be up high. It's been a while since the Orioles have been able to say that. Last time there were 5 consecutive quality starts. You got to go back to April and May of 2008. 2-2 delivery, and that's going to be a base hit. That one's right on the button by Rios. So a 2-out single here in the first inning.
Yeah, he's been red hot too, and of course we were talking last night about the wrist. He took Friday night off. That right wrist has been bothering him, but right here, you know, it ends up in the middle of the plate. I always thought this is the good news because he does have home run power. You throw one down the middle, it's an information pitch. You just want to stay out of that zone. The only bad news, he does steal some bases.
So Rios is on. We'll see. Fox, of course, has not had a lot of opportunities behind the plate doing the catching. We'll see whether or not the White Sox want to find out about that early in the ball game or not. 3 out of 5 in the stolen base category, caught stealing by Jake Fox,
which is good, and he's been working on his throwing. The one thing, he's come out early.
Paul Konerko will take it. A strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 down. Rios on at first base. Paul Konerko with a 2-for-8 in the series. Does have power. That one in the air to right center field, in the gap. That's going to fall in. Adam Jones cuts it off. Coming to third, Rios. He'll make the turn and be held by Jeff Cox. Not a lot of speed. Rios coming around, so it'll be a double for Konerko.
Yeah, and Adam Jones makes a great play. He's playing maybe a step or two to right, and this ball's going to tail away from him. It's just a slider that's up just enough. And, of course, Konerko red hot. And then right here, he gets to it, and watch the end of the play. He hits the cutoff man. He's going away from home plate, and right here, if you're the third base coach, Jeff Cox, you say, no way. And not in the first inning, and not when Quentin's coming up, who's also hitting well. I'm not going to get him thrown out because I think he probably would have been thrown out at home.
Big play by Jones for the moment. Now Carlos Quentin with 2 down and 2 on. And Quentin will take the pitch for a ball. Talked about the quality starts that have been made. Carlos Quentin put a little dip into that one with the home run last night. And you see 29% of his hits have been on the long ball. That one is going to be a bloop. Jones started back, coming and makes the catch. And an Adam Jones inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left in scoring position. Orioles lineup when we come back. Bottom half of the first inning. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Roberts, Patterson, Markakis, Wigginton, Jones, and PA. Foxes, Turris, and Bell. Against Burley, of course, he's a left-hander. 8 for 16.
And our PNC scouting report on what Mark Burley needs to do to achieve success this afternoon. Rolling, well, he's been really good. Quality starts, 9 out of the last 10. Right there, just pitching, low ERA.
That'll go to short, Ramirez.
And again, this is a team, as we mentioned, that's been on a roll. So the workhorse, most innings in baseball since 2001. That's more than anybody. So he goes out there, you know pretty much what you get. Righties and lefties, what, they both hit 289, keeps the ball in the ballpark, can't run on him. He's going to make you hit it. So if you're a defensive guy, and he's going to do it very quickly.
Does give up a lot of hits, as you saw, 158, 5th most. But he does not hurt himself with the walks. He's tied for 7th in the fewest walks per 9 innings in the American League. Corey Patterson gets the start as the designated hitter in this ball game. Luke Scott's got a bit of a head cold going. And besides that, Burley's pitching. But Scott genuinely not 100% with that cold that's going around. So he's wrapped up. And it's 90 degrees. Yikes. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Patterson. Patterson also is 6 for 14 with a home run off Burley. That'll get you in the lineup. High sky, Ramirez battling that glare will put it away. Patterson is retired.
Take a look at the defense, and he says, come help me. And that'll be something we'll look for all afternoon. Well, Pierre, Rios, and Quentin, pretty good outfield. Vizquel, 11-time Gold Glove winner at shortstop. He's at third. Ramirez, Beckham, Kotze, he's been the DH. He'll play first base. Konerko will DH today. And then Juan Castro. A.J. Brzezinski apparently is all right. Not going to play today, but could.
Twisted ankle going into third base in the ball game and had to come out last night. But good news for the White Sox that doesn't look like that's going to be any kind of a DL situation. Here is Nick Markakis, who's got that 8 for 16 with a home run lifetime off Mark Burley. You see the top average versus lefties in the American League. Brennan Bosch of Detroit, that youngster's the other left-handed hitter. He happens to be 1, and Markakis 2 for left-handers against left-handers. Burley, though, will win this one and do so in a hurry. 17 pitches thrown in a 1-2-3 inning.
Jeff Datz told me that days off like today and his stint on the DL is the reason Matt Wieters has had some fresh legs recently, and he's had a great homestand defensively. He threw 2 runners out yesterday, and Jeff said he's doing a better job of assuming all base runners could possibly steal. Earlier in the season, he might just look at a Juan Pierre as a threat. Now he sees guys like Paul Konerko. He also said he's doing a better job of talking to the pitchers and taking charge. 2 nights ago, we saw him point down to first and tell Brad Bergeson to look over, so Matt making strides, Gary.
And the no question about that, Amber. That one driven in the air by Kotze to center. Back for it. That's going to hit off the base of the wall. Kotze's on his way to second base. The hitters have come out swinging. That's the 3rd hit off Guthrie. Kotze gets a leadoff double.
Well, you know, again, real hot in the Thursday game, triple home run, and this is where he likes it. It's not like this is a mystery because this is what he did the last 2 nights. Down and in, if you execute your pitch away, you got a chance. So he's happy he got a pitch to hit. And the fact that Jeremy was behind him makes it a little bit easier. He can look for something and drops the bat head on it.
Kotze is coming alive for him. He'd had an extended streak of not hitting. He's now 9 for his last 25 in August, including a home run. So a runner in scoring position, and here is Ramirez. He's got a 2 for 7 going in the series. Ramirez with the RBI opportunity, or at least getting moved up. Outfield deep straight away on him, and a slow chopper foul. Ramirez hitting 263 with runners in scoring position, and overall 289. So Guthrie with the leadoff man on has the bottom part of the order now with Castro and then Beckham due up. Pretty good lead at second for Kotze. In the air off the end of the bat. This is going to be his Torres, the shortstopper, PA. Oh, nice running catch. PA having to use the speed. Makes a nice catch.
It did not appear he was going to catch it until, watch this. Oh, there it is.
That's even lower than a Willie Mays basket catch.
Well, it was, and then he keeps coming. It's almost going to be a handoff to Josh Bell at third. Nice play. Boy.
A couple of good plays here have really helped Guthrie keep this scoreless.
And what exacerbates is the high sky. You know, there's not a lot of humidity over the last couple of days, and so even though there's some puffy clouds, every pop flies an adventure.
So the runner remains at second, Kotsay, and here's Castro. Castro hasn't had a lot of chances, but he's done a good job, and he's in because of this play last night. Brzezinski trying to get into third. That still hurts.
Yeah, he would drive in the go-ahead run in a 2-2 ball game and then have to limp off. It looked like it could really be serious.
This is shortstop Historis again. He's got it. Guthrie gets a couple of big outs. 2 down. Well, Castro retired. Now he'll face Beckham in the 9-hole. So here are the quality starts we were talking about going through the rotation this past time around. Millwood, Ferguson didn't get wins, but they deserved them. Arrieta, same. Madison, Guthrie. Really quality games for the starting pitchers over the last 5.
And he only threw 92 pitch in his last starts because they got him some runs, something they don't do on a normal basis. He left 5-3. They added another run, so 92 pitches. Ferguson, of course, didn't get that kind of run support. Really pitched well.
One of the hottest hitters in the month at the plate, Gordon Beckham. He's hit .391 over the last month. Wow. Only Joe Mauer ahead of him at .405, then Hamilton, Roger Davis, and Delman Young. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Beckham, and Beckham on a check swing, 1 around. Called by the home plate umpire.
Well, part of pitching is if you're going to start the 3rd game, whether it's a 3-game series, this one's a 4th, is you get to see these guys actually hit live. And you know the home run and the double were fastballs in.
And that one is put in the air to right center field. Jones again is back. And he's got it. No runs, a leadoff double. 1 left on. Felix Piet helping out defensively with that fine running catch against Ramirez. Nick Markakis now ahead of Miguel Cabrera by 1. Joe Mauer with 36 as well. And we invite you to call today for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free. That's at 877-241-LUNA. Ty Wigginton, Jones, and PA. We have done, as you should do in baseball, and gone back and reviewed the first inning regarding Mark Buehrle. He did not throw as many pitches as I said. Why did I say it? I have no idea. He threw 7.
Yeah, very efficient. Hour and 39-minute game back in 2005.
I love this man deeply already. That pitch is taken inside. Wigginton with a 4-game hit streak has gone 2 for 9 in the series.
Well, he throws, he throws a cutter, he throws a sinker, and he throws a 4-seamer. But he throws them about 65% of the time. And the other pitch that he throws, doesn't throw a lot of curveballs, about 8% of them. The rest of the other changeups. So everything is either tailing away or going up a little bit or cutting in. So he gets you in the hitting mode.
And that'll be foul back. Wigginton has gone 2 for 11 against him. Here's a man who's pitched both a perfect game and another no-hitter. He had the 18th perfect game in White Sox, second in White Sox history against Tampa Bay last year. Wigginton to center field. He's going to get a base hit. On the 2-2 count, Wigginton is on with a leadoff single. That'll bring up Adam Jones. He comes in with a 4-game hit streak, extended with a home run in the ball game last night. And during that streak, a very solid 8 for 17.
And the way he's done it, and we showed you Don Cooper. Don Cooper said, I once had Pat Dobson, who was one of the 420 game winners here, actually was a pitching coach here, at the late Pat Dobson. He said, what I learned, he said, you're always trying to pitch ahead of the runner. And what Adam Jones has been able to do is actually hit behind the runner. Now, he hit the home run last night, but a lot of those 8 hits, Gary, as you know, right center, down the right field line, right there, tries to go the other way. And the way to hit Mark Buehrle, early on, you got to make a decision. Am I either looking in or away? And if you're looking away, then you can stay on the changeup. But you have to take Mark Buehrle to right field to be effective. Otherwise, he pitches ahead of the runner, gets you to roll over, and that's how he gets a lot of double plays.
Highest average in August. Torrey Hunter owns it. Hunter's got a big suspension coming. 417 for Jones, his 5th. Foul back. 2 real good ripping reads. Jimmy Leland went off yesterday. If it's my fault, get me out of here. And when Jimmy goes, you hear language like you've never heard before, except maybe from Earl Weaver. So Jimmy had a big tear, but he's already been told by the owner he's coming back. He was getting tired of hearing from the fans now that the Tigers are all but out of it. If it's my fault, then fire me. And he said it in a loud and very clear voice. And Torrey Hunter went after an umpire in an argument. Ground ball to short. Ramirez has got it. Beckham 1 relay. Good one, double play.
Yeah, number one there, that's what we talked about. Pitch ahead of the runner. He throws him a changeup, gets him out on his front foot. You don't advance runners when they're hit the shortstop. And then the other part of this defense and this tremendous run is watch the way Beckham, who was a third baseman last year, look at the arm strength. He's learned how to turn the double play. And why not? He's got Ozzie Guillen, who was a terrific shortstop. Joey Corey, the bench coach. So
got Omar Vizquel.
Yeah, exactly. So you got a lot of guys to teach you how to be the best you can.
There's a big double play ball. Here's PA. PA 1 for 8 in the series so far. He's had 1 hit against Buehrle in 3 at bats, and that was a home run. Buehrle's given up only 11 long balls. Even though he gives up a lot of hits, he will get ground ball double plays like that rather frequently. That's 14 that have been turned while he's been on the mound.
I would have thought he's a higher percentage of ground balls. He had come in 219 grounders to 172 fly balls.
That one hit in the air to right field. Felix PA. Another one. Goodbye. Home run. The only 2 hits off Buehrle for PA are long balls.
And this is a long ball. But gets down. And it gets out of here very, very quickly. Out on the flag court here at Camden Yards.
State Farm donating $100 to the Wounded Warrior Project for every home run hit by the Orioles in the second half of this season. And there's another one. And the Orioles take the lead as Felix PA clouded one. So 6 surrendered to left-handers by Buehrle, and 6 by right-handers now.
Yeah, he's not going to. It's not going to slow him down. I made a bad pitch. They hit it. Here we go again. And you can see a lot of slow stuff to Jake Fox because he's a good fastball hitter, and he'll try to stay away from the middle of the plate.
3rd home run by PA. He's had limited at bats in this 34th game. He's got 10 RBIs. Ramirez at 360. No chance. Once he turned around, trying to find that first baseman gets real tough, and he threw it off the mark.
Yeah, they play him to pull, so Ramirez has got to go a long way up the middle, and by doing that, and he's a tall, rangy guy. And again, that right there, and just enough. And one thing about Jake Fox, he's getting down the line pretty well. He's looking. He sees the play, so he hurries a little bit more. Throw off the line. Kotze can't hold on.
It'll be a base hit. So Jake Fox on with a single. 3 hits in the inning. Couple singles and a home run. Is Torres looking for number 1,000. Fouls that one away.
Well, that's a good approach. Take him to right.
Well, they changed their mind. It's an error on the shortstop. There's PA who got the homer.
Yeah, I think they're probably assuming if he makes a good throw, he's out, which he would have been.
There's Torres 0 for 3 in the ball game yesterday, and that's going to be a bloop towards center. And there's number 1,000. No, a milestone reached for his Torres, and the teammates on the bench standing and applauding him.
Pretty good pitch, but a better result right there. And there it is.
Well, as Torres reaches the mark, and more importantly for the moment, keeps the Oriole inning alive. 786 hits in the National League, 214 in the American. Up the middle, may have enough to go through. Knocked down, Beckham, no play, runner coming home. Here's the throw, Castro the ball, the tag, and out is Jake Fox. So it got far enough that Bell was going to be able to reach, but Beckham got a little help and got the out at the plate. The Orioles will get a run. PA the homer, and the O's have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and an error. Throwing an error there right here. I mean, look at this is what you're supposed to do. Knock the ball down if you can, then heads up play. And watch the play by Castro. And I'm not sure that Jake Fox doesn't get underneath the tag because he has to come up. Now, the throw beats him. So I guess they're going to call him out. But, again, I think his feet, he tags him up on the chest, but the feet could have been across. But, again, the throw beats him so much, you're out.
That ball in the air again to center field. Adam Jones, a busy day. So the leadoff batter, Pierre, is retired. He's already 0 for 2. Extend your weekend into Monday. The Orioles close out the homestand tomorrow night against the White Sox, 7:05 game. Hope you'll get out to the yard, bring the family, and have a great summer night out. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD, or go to Orioles.com. One away, that one in the air towards the seats, and it will be foul. Omar Vizquel grounded out his first time up. He comes in with a 4-game hit streak. A very solid .292 average. And Guthrie gets ahead of him 0-2. Third game of 4 as the Orioles trying to extend their streak here at home to 5-1 in the stand. Guthrie will turn him around on that one.
Well, that's what pitching's about. Run him off the plate. And we'll see where they go now that he's done that.
Inside again. That one's going to miss, though. Omar Vizquel is hitting .319 in the 41 starts that he's had since Mark Teahan went on the DL. And certainly have pushed along the effort to make it to the postseason. Minnesota Twins and the White Sox have 6 games coming up against one another. Home and home series. And Vizquel just slightly launches that one into the middle.
Well, I don't know. I'm sitting up here in the booth, been in the game. If you throw a fastball and a guy hits it over the opposite dugout and you come back with a changeup in the middle of the plate, you are speeding up the bat, and that's exactly what happened right here. I mean, it's just a hanging changeup. The guy has showed you how good your stuff is, and then you just give him the big help. And not only that, you get Rios to the plate. And, of course, they're trying to get right back in this game, which is what they did last night after trailing by 2.
Alex Rios had a single his first time up. He has the best day average number in the American League. Daytime games hitting .405 for Rios. 1 down. Vizquel at first. Not a big lead. Guthrie, a long look. And it'll be taken inside for a ball.
You ought to get Rios and let him room with Bobby Jenks. His numbers are horrible. Day games after night games and so forth. So you room them together and
even it out.
Yeah. I don't know if Alex is going to be all for that, but Ozzie might be.
Slider looked like, and that'll miss up high.
And again, by getting Vizquel, you had him 0-2, and you messed around, and then you sped up the bat. Now you got Konerko with 27 home runs on. You let him get back into the inning.
Here's the 2-0 delivery, and that one is going to be in there for a strike. Rios now goes to 2-1. 31-year-old Jeremy Guthrie now 32 wins, 45 losses lifetime. His career record here at Camden Yards, 15-25, and he's trying to pull a little Mark Burley right there, who leads everybody in pickoffs.
And Vizquel, he's not even off the bag, but it's a perfect throw right into his right arm as he gets back into the bag.
2-1 count. Rios drops those hands even more. And a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, the one thing about Jeremy Guthrie coming into this game, he had faced 535 batters. You can throw in 36 walks, and so they had about 172 base runners and only 5 guys who attempted to steal. That tells you he controls the running game pretty well. He's very aware. And when you look at the scoreboard 1-0, you don't want him to get that running lead.
And Jeremy's cut way back on the walks that have bothered him in past years. He's walked only 2 in the last 4 games. That will miss outside, and the count will go full now, 3-2. We'll see if Ozzie wants Vizquel moving or not at first base.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he stays still. Try to stay out of the double play. Somebody's got to cover.
Rios, runner goes, throws there, ball forward and middle. So Rios is on with a walk. There's the first one of the ball game.
So again, it all goes back to allowing Vizquel to get on base, because then you get into the power. Rios with 17 home runs, you get behind him trying to make perfect pitches, and now you have a guy with one swing that can do some real damage.
Paul Konerko coming to the plate. 1-0 Orioles lead being threatened here.
And he doesn't hit Jeremy Guthrie very well, but when he does, of his 3 hits coming in, 2 of them are home runs. That's what he does. Look at those RBIs.
2 on and 1 down. Konerko with a double his first time up. And Guthrie in a bit of a jam here. 2 were left stranded in the first inning in scoring position. A runner left at second in the second inning. Not like the White Sox to be doing that. They are 278 as a team with runners in scoring position, which is the 3rd best number in the major leagues. You've got to do that in order to win some ball games. They've done it pretty well all year. The Oriole pitchers have been able to get around that in this series. Foul back, strike 2.
Yeah, and again, you talked about the fact they've gone 39-14. In the last 52 games, they're 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. I mean, that's just an amazing stretch, and that's why they've averaged over 5.5 runs a game.
See Konerko's numbers, and boy, what a difference he has made. 2nd in home runs, 5th in slugging, 6th in total bases, and they're tied for 7th in RBIs driven in with 76.
Well, that one number in the notes that comes out, I mean, he's hit 353 lifetime home runs. This guy can hit. And he started with the Dodgers, came over to the White Sox, and he had a great year at Albuquerque. Of course, 5,200 feet, everybody hits home runs down there. And
that'll be swung on and missed. Took a little off that pitch, and there's a very big out.
Well, it is, and he does it because, again, the scouting report is good fastball hitter, get him out with sliders, and he did. And it's the perfect slider. Starts on the plate, and you could see the bat head. Boy, the slow motion of the bat head being just out in front of that slider that darts away.
Now Carlos Quentin. Quentin now with at least 20 home runs in 3 consecutive seasons. He's tied for 8th in homers in the league with 22. And Quentin will chase a high heater and foul tip it into the mitt. It has been an all or nothing lately for Quentin. He's 5 for 27 over the last 7 ball games. And during that time is hitting home runs when he gets a hit. You saw the numbers that he has put up. Only Bautista of late has been hitting more home runs than Quentin has. And of course, Bautista's been the major league leader in home runs virtually the entire season. 0-1 count, 2 on. And a check swing, and he went around. Home plate umpire making the call, and it's a 2-strike count. Guthrie bearing in on him with a pitch that he couldn't lay off.
And back traveling through the hitting zone.
Guthrie with a chance to get out of another jam here. Vizquel off second, Rios off first.
A lot of times you'll run a guy off the plate, but he's been hit 14 times, which leads the American League. And so when you come into him, he just says, okay, I'll take one off the body part.
He's the 0-2 delivery to him, and will miss outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guthrie trying to get these outs against the middle of the order with Konerko and Carlos Quentin.
Well, we saw on the home run over the center field fence, he's got incredible power. Big, strong guy.
3 home runs here in this ballpark in his career. Guthrie trying to get him to chase one, and that'll end up away. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Carlos Quentin against the Orioles lifetime is a .323 hitter with 5 lifetime home runs off O's pitching. He's got 2 on here. Orioles have the 1-0 lead on the PA home run. 2-2 delivery to him.
Yeah, came in with only 6 at-bats against Jeremy, and one of those, he got 3 hits, so he's hitting .500, but not a lot of at-bats, but one of them a home run.
Guthrie has given up 18 homers. 13 of those have been hit by left-handers. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Quentin. And a roller again. So 3 foul balls keep his at-bat alive at 2-2. Running the count up a little bit here in the inning with this being the 5th batter faced, and Quentin fouling some off. Already a count starting to run up. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Carlos Quentin will take it, and it's full 3-2. So the runners, Vizquel and Rios, will be going.
Yeah, nice take right there, because everybody you talk to says not only can he be very strong, and he hit 300. He drove in 100 runs 2 years ago when he was healthy, but he will expand the strike zone. And of course, high intensity guy, but he didn't chase.
3-2 delivery to him, grounded down to third base. Bell, with the runner going by him, makes the play over at first to get Quentin. Guthrie gets out of it. So no runs, 1 hit, and 2 more left on base. 5 stranded by the Sox. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Can't be at the ballpark. Not a bad day to be right there in that two-masted sailor. Heading out. Aren't we all? 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. Top of the order. Here's Roberts. He grounded out his first time up. 10 for 32 lifetime off Mark Burley. The Orioles still 11-25 record against left-handed starters, next to last in the league. 12th in batting average against all lefties. That'll be fouled back. The Orioles do have some really solid numbers against left-handers from, of course, Nick Markakis and Julio Lugo. Top two against lefties. Lugo not in the lineup today.
But the power numbers go down dramatically.
0-2 delivery, and that's going to be taken up high.
Which tells you, if you're Jeremy Guthrie, don't give up a lot of runs and you got a chance. That's really what it comes down to.
He's heard that before this year.
Oh, has he ever? Every time he's pitched.
1-2 delivery to Roberts, an inside shot that goes off Castro.
Well, it's very frustrating when you don't get run support, especially if it happens all year, and it didn't. It's happened really pretty much since he's been here, which reflects in his one-loss record. But if you ever turn it around and pitch for a team that does score you runs, it makes you a better pitcher, because you have to focus on every pitch, as you should be anyway.
And Roberts will take that one away.
Don't you think Brian maybe is thinking, I'm in 3-line drives last night, nothing to show for him. Maybe I'll loop one in today, find a hole.
Or go to right field.
And not hit it to Vizquel.
And he had to reach for that one.
Well, that's part of his game plan. Again, the cutter in, the changeup, sinker away. And when you get the 2 strikes, now you do really have to protect the whole plate. That's why it's difficult to hit off Mark Burley.
Burley with his 5-3 record against the Orioles, 15th career game, 13th as a starter. Roberts fouls it off. Burley is 1-1 here in this ballpark. This is the 5th start he's made at Camden Yards. ERA here in this yard 2.77. And Burley again getting into the double digits. He is 10-8 on the season. And this one he puts by Vizquel. Brian Roberts will pick up the single, and the Orioles 2 out of 3 now with the leadoff man on.
Yeah, finally gets a pitch he can pull. Something inside middle. Doesn't hit the line drive. Doesn't hit it to Vizquel. Just hits it by him.
Now, Burley, we talked about the pickoffs. He's got 10 this year. That's a high. He has committed 2 balks. He has picked off 77 runners in his career. He is one of the best with a very tough move to read. Bunting and a drag bunt. Patterson only played first. That's a really good play by Burley to get the out.
Yeah, that's why they gave him the Gold Glove last year. Won his first Gold Glove in 2009. So, this is a pretty good play. You get Roberts over. This is a bunt for a base hit. And then Burley makes it look pretty routine. Looks like he's turning a double play. Left-handed second baseman, but he's pitching. Not a lot of hesitation there.
Patterson gets his 8th sacrifice. Now a runner at second base, and right where the Orioles would want it. Here is Nick Markakis. He popped out his first time up. Markakis at 297 on the year, and Roberts will go back. Nobody moved over to cover the bag. Mentioned that Brendan Bosch is the only left-handed batter with a higher average against lefties than Nick Markakis. And he's only a rookie playing with the Tigers. Pitch will be taken down low for a ball. Orioles up 1-0 on the home run by PA. And now Nick gets the opportunity to add to it. Burley's pitch will catch the inside corner. Roberts doing a lot of bouncing around at second base with Ramirez in behind him, trying to distract 31-year-old veteran Mark Burley. And the delivery will be taken for a strike at the knees. 1-2. Sometimes all that can be a little bit distracting to the hitter, who's looking obviously right through the pitcher, and when you get the shortstop and a runner going back and forth at second base, you can end up right in the batter's eye area. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Markakis will take it. It will miss away. 2-2. Tigers all but out of the race as they have fallen 10 games behind. They've lost 4 in a row. So Chicago with a 1.5 game lead over Minnesota. Those are the 2 in the Central making the fight for it. 2-2 delivery. Markakis fights it off. The Yankees now have a 1.5 game lead over Tampa Bay and a 6-game lead over the Red Sox. Tampa Bay has lost 4 in a row. The danger there is not so much about taking the Yankees over in the division lead, but the wild card. Tampa Bay is the wild card leader by 4.5 games over Boston right now. The Red Sox have been playing better baseball even with all the injuries. Markakis to the shortstop right where he was playing. Ramirez. 2 down. And it's time now for the AT&T Mobility Trivia question. How many active pitchers have multiple no-hitters?
Well, we know Burley. You already talked about it. Perfect game no-hitter. Maybe Derek Lowe? Verlander? No. No, Lowe probably only has 1 no-hitter.
I'm going to guess 1.
Nah, I'm going with Price is Right. Remember that.
Without going over.
I'm going over. Well, now, so I'm going 2. 2.
The answer is.
I have no idea. Mark Burley, you win.
I get the Frigidaire.
Yeah, you get anything you want from behind the curtain.
And then we can go to Monty Hall. And would you like to change?
Well, you know, when I was a rookie,
behind curtain number 3.
When I was a rookie here, they had a show that was similar to that, the supermarket sweep, where you race through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and one of my wives, my first wife, actually. She got me like an extra 2 minutes. So I'm racing through the stuff, and I like bologna. I get those 9-pound bolognas. I got 5 of those in the cart. I didn't get the most stuff. You know, other people are going for tobacco and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I got so much stuff, and I was so happy the fact that I got all the stuff I like. I used to eat Sara Lee, coffee cake. I only do 5 of each. I had 5 of those. I had to buy a freezer. It cost me more to buy the freezer, and I couldn't afford to buy a freezer. I had to rent one. So we do Price is Right. I get all excited.
That one by Wigginton is out to left field. Pierre coming in. Did you go to the new wife section?
Eventually, down the road. Twice.
A new interactive area for families, including a fun climb and play area, batting cage, pitching station, and more. Plus, you'll still find your favorites like the moon bounce and floating t-ball area. There's merchandise store tailored to younger fans and a concession stand selling kid-sized hot dogs, popcorn, and soda for just $1. So bring your family to the all-new Orioles Park Carvel Kids Corner, located on the ballpark's main concourse level. Gary?
Ember, and the first pitch is hit towards second base. Brian Roberts. Kotze retired. He had doubled his first time up. 1 down, 4th inning.
That looked like a pretty routine play till it hit either a soft spot or the lip and went down. So again, you talked about it. Brian not happy with his defense working on it. And I mean, it just looks like a nice roller, but I think they about the third hop. 1, 2, right there. So again, not routine. And then of course, Katse, he likes playing for Ozzie. He runs hard. That is exactly the kind of ground ball that Mike Bordick was hitting to Brian Roberts the other day before BP. Mike came out, stood at home plate, and just batted the ball as hard as he could into that dirt area in front of home plate, because those were the ones that were getting that short hop. Speaking of short hops, Bell's got that one and gets it over, and Ramirez is retired. He's 0 for 2. Well, the Orioles are very lucky. We talked about Vizquel, that the White Sox started playing better when he actually went in after the injury to Mark Teahan. But when you get a guy like Bordick to help with your infield in the minor leagues, and when the Orioles are at home, he's on with his club. And we saw the play with Bell. He helped him with his defense at the minor league level every day here. The same with Brian Roberts. Of course, Brian coming off the back injury, so having to readjust a little bit. Boy, that's how you get better. You need people. So I remember when Sammy Palazzo was the infield coach, and Vijay Surhoff came from left field catcher to left field to third base every day out here. And Juan Samuel did the same thing all spring and during the season with Miguel Tejada before he was moved. 1-0 count on Castro. Popped out his first time up. He will take the pitch for a strike. White Sox have 8 wins, 12 losses against the Eastern Division teams so far this year. Amazingly, they're a game below 500 in their own division. And what has saved them is a 20-11 record against the West and a big 15-3 record in interleague play. Yeah, they own the Mariners. Yeah, at 9-1. And another chance. Bell with a glove turn the wrong way gets it knocked down, and 3 ground ball outs and a couple of hard ones down to third. 1-2-3 inning for Guthrie. Josh Bell. 1-0 O's. Rethink possible. And by Honda. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. Here in the Inner Harbor on this beautiful 89-degree day when we started. Some high overcast, but a great summer day at the ballpark, as you can see. Yeah, how about all the people that came in for the National Memorabilia Convention? They're going, gee, Baltimore's really nice in August. No humidity. It's great. And temperature in the 80s. Perfect day. Boy, did we trick them. Bring them back. Well, last summer was great for that. I mean, at least when the Orioles came home last summer, there's only like one really bad homestand weather-wise. And this year, it's just been it's the hottest summer on record. So yeah, and then back in the day when you'd have the 17-day road trips, you could actually say, what a mild summer, because when you'd be away when you'd have the real, the whole East is covered. Yeah, exactly.
Jones checking to make sure nobody got hurt there.
That didn't happen too often, yeah. I mean, I still remember the rolling blackouts and Mike Cuellar pitching on 104. They had to move the game. Mike, he couldn't have the lights at Memorial Stadium, so Mike pitched on an afternoon game against the Tigers, 110-4, 104 degrees.
It's warm.
Yeah, it was. Not when you get 10 runs. It's not quite as hot. Pretty comfortable.
2-strike delivery on the way by Burley. Burley has walked none, struck out none. Guthrie has a walk and a strikeout. 1 run, 5 hits for the Orioles. No runs, 4 hits for the White Sox. And here we go again. The pitcher's duel continues. We talked about these two teams were the 2 hottest teams offensively coming into this series in August. And the first 3 games, or at least 2.5 in this series, have been about pitching.
Yeah, and I think, again, that old adage, does good pitching stop good hitting? You're seeing it.
That one's going to be up the middle and a base hit. So Jones is on and has a 5-game hit streak. And the Orioles now 3 out of 4 innings have had the leadoff man on.
Well, you hit it on the nose when you said Burley's going to give up some hits. So if he's going to give up his hits, you really don't want to do it early in the inning. And if you do, you want to do after Wigginton got the hit. He got Jones hit in a double play, and they ended up getting 4 hits and the error and only the 1 run. But any time, you're living on the edge when the first guy gets on and you're not an overpowering pitcher.
Felix Pie will stand in. He has given the Orioles the lead. The home run is 3rd of the year. In at third base, Vizquel. Pie not showing bunt, and he will take that for a strike. Our 4th drive of the game.
Yeah, this ball's crunched. I don't know if they have a Ford car called the Crunch, but that's what he did to it. Crunched it.
Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. Vizquel still in. Still swinging. Right towards second. Oh, mercy. I mean, that could not have been played that way if you bounced it any better for Ramirez.
About 23 starts, and now, 15 double plays? So if you're going to give up leadoff hits, make a good pitch. There's a good breaking ball, and then it's just tailor-made. And Ramirez, of course, he's up there total chances, leading with 511, 4th in fielding percentage. So very rangy shortstop out of Cuba.
Now Jake Fox with 2 down and nobody on. And Burley's breaking ball. He's over the top of that one. Fox in limited at-bats with the Orioles in games played, but overall 221 off left-handers on the year, 234 off righties. And that one in the air to left. Pierre backing up, warning track, and he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We've completed 4 here at Camden Yards, and it's 1-0 O's. Logbook. Going to go back a little bit. 1872, the Baltimore Canaries rallied, came away with an extra inning win. They played that game on Union grounds in Brooklyn, New York in 1872, 2,500 people. 1885, it was the day of the funeral for Ulysses S. Grant, so all baseball games were canceled. They were to be played in New York. That's the only place they were playing them at that time. And in 1896, Baltimore defeated Washington 21-16. Each of the teams had exactly the number of singles as they had runs. The total was 37 singles. It is still the record for combined singles in a 9-inning ball game, and it was set in 1896.
Dead ball era.
Yeah.
1920. Yeah, you got.
It's a lot of hits.
Yes, it is.
Same ball coming. Yeah.
Imagine how that ball. I mean, I don't think it was round by the end of that game because sometimes. It was like a. Well, you know, the year they went from horsehide to cowhide. The balls being made by Spalding back then instead of Rawlings now were made down in Haiti, and they were almost oblong. So, you know, the ones in Chicopee, they were actually, because the control, it took them about 2 years to kind of get it together when they changed the way. Again, you know, horsehide becoming not as much available, but it took a while for them to get it. So I can imagine how oblong that ball was back then.
Lillibridge takes that one to right center field, and Jones is there. Lillibridge pinch hitting. Not a good sign as Beckham, the number 9 hitter, is second baseman, out of the ball game. We'll see if we get a reason why. And Lillibridge came on to take that at bat, one away here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, he played Thursday. He's been red hot also. So again, but so has Beckham. He comes in about hitting 387, but Beckham a little more power.
Now the top of the order again. He's grounded out and flied out.
Yeah, right here he's going to save him a run and gets injured. Might have fallen on the ball. Might have done something with the ribs.
Right between the wickets. Hey. Squared around to bunt. Was up in the air. And the ball went right between his legs, I think, here.
Yeah, we saw that the other day on a hit and run. The ball was down and in. They were able to throw out Gordon Becken right there. Yeah, dodgeball.
Jeremy Guthrie has hit 10 on the year. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Juan Pierre make it 11.
Well, you know, when he does hit lefties, and he's wondered, why me? I'm not going to charge the mound because, again, you've just walked the guy that's leading the American League in stolen bases with a 1-run lead. But again, I mean, that's what happens when you get on the merry-go-round. When Jeremy starts, and again, 4 quality starts, maybe doesn't feel like the arm, but when he gets around things and he generates arm speed with his head, that's what happens. He jerks the ball. And he jerks it in and hits Pierre. Not a good thing to do.
Now, Pierre is tied with Quinton for the lead and being hit by a pitch. They both have been hit 14 times now. And Pierre just wants a stolen base in the worst way against Guthrie right now. 1 down. And Guthrie will make the throw over.
Yeah, huge lead and the ability to steal him.
Jake Fox behind the plate has thrown out 3 of 5. Runner not going. And the pitch to Vizquel. A single and a ground ball out for the switch hitter. 296 for him. Looking down to third to Jeff Koch to get the signs here. He wants to know whether Juan Pierre might be running. As with a 1-0 count, he could take one and let him go. Runner's not going. Vizquel on the off speed. Foul tips it into the mitt. 1-1. Tight ball games that have been played here. So there's been some managing going on in these situations. Both managers try and find a way to get a run. Guthrie with a quick move and throw. As again up on the top step. Vizquel, 265 hitter against the Orioles. It's his 146th game against the O's. And again a throw over, and that got a little close right there, even though it wasn't a real hard throw.
Well, he's got a big lead, and the first couple were just kind of half speed, but this is almost a balk move because it's a spin move. And then what Jeremy does well, right to the glove. So all Wigginton Tide just got to do, drop the glove a little bit. So again, usually when you're out over that cut in the grass, that's a big lead. And I throw a little higher, so you're not going to get him.
So the game goes on here, as you would expect. Montpierre representing the potential tying run in the ball game.
Well, this is what you do when somebody can steal bases. You stop them. You throw over. You hold the ball.
There he goes. Bunt shown. Throw down Fox, and not in time. Pierre will get the stolen base.
Yeah, good jump. Straight steal. Never put his head down. Might have been close with a good throw, but it's going to skip. I mean, pretty quick release, but when you have to reach that far out because that ball ran up and away, then all of a sudden it's difficult to kind of like the top effect where you're kind of spread out too much. It's hard to get as much on the throw.
Major League leading 42 stolen bases now. Now Vizquel with a 2-ball 1-strike count. Guthrie looks him back. Nobody covering the bag. This whole competition between pitcher-runner coming from a pitch that went between the legs of Pierre and then the next one that caught his jersey. That always antagonizes the situation a bit. And so Pierre wants to be crossing the plate here during this trip around. Guthrie, the 2-1 delivery on the way. Vizquel takes it. They ask for a check at third and get one, but Jerry Crawford says no. So it's 3-1 on Vizquel with Rios on deck. Pierre's home run, the only run on the board. And Vizquel right back. They got him trapped. Throw, and they're going to get a run down. As Taurus Bell tags him. The runner will go to second base. Good heads-up base running Vizquel, but a good play as Guthrie got him in the rundown.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll run at the guy, but with the kind of speed that Dewan has, if you hesitate too much, he's going to get back to second base, and then you don't get the out at first. So they do it exactly the way you're supposed to. But Vizquel, again, 43 years old, 21st year in baseball, he's going to get into scoring position, and Pierre getting in that rundown just long enough to allow him to do that.
Well, let's see if the White Sox can take advantage of the hustle by Vizquel. Here's Rios. Rios has singled and drawn a walk in the ball game, and the pitch inside to him. He has had only 3 hits in his last 18 at bats, and only 6 for his last 39. That's a 132 batting average over the last 10 games. 1-0 count to Rios.
Yeah, 1-1 right there. The White Sox, they got Hawk Harrelson and Steve Stone. Of course, Stoney, a teammate. This good running fastball is going to go down in. And they got Ed Farmer, former pitcher with the Orioles. So we get a lot of information. They said Rios done a terrific job with 2 outs, cutting down the swing. We saw that last night. Hit a single up the middle. They give him another run. Now, this is a little different hitter than he was last year when they got him after the trade deadline. Picked up a 7-year, $70 million contract. And Ed Farmer was talking today. He said, listen, you weren't very good last year, but he has really made some adjustments. When we talk about Alex Rios.
And he'll take that one into the gap in left center field, and that hustle by Vizquel results in a tie game. Rios delivers the single with 2 away, and the ball game is tied at 1 apiece. And for Rios, RBI number 64.
Yeah, it's fine. We saw it early. Vizquel late on the fastball, got a change up to hit. This is just a slider that's not very good. You can see right there, great angle, tells you it's up right after he swung at a fastball. So it's not that it's a bad pitch. It's just the location's not good enough. And as we've told you, Rios will cut his swing down. And he just did it there. And he gets an RBI, and they tie it up.
Does it with 2 down. Now Paul Konerko, runner at first base. Konerko has doubled, struck out. And Konerko goes after the first one and fouls it back. These games, first 3 have all looked very much alike. Last night, White Sox came back to win a ball game by a score of 4-2 as Gavin Floyd and Kevin Millwood both had outstanding starts. Brad Bergeson, a great start against John Danks. The Orioles won it 2-1 in the first game of the series. And here we've got a 1-1 ball game in the 5th inning. Konerko waiting, and the pitch will be up high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Paul Konerko.
And to tell you how hard it is for the Orioles to win when less than 4 runs, that was only their 4th win. 4 wins and 55 losses. They're scoring less than 4 runs.
That has been the magic number for the Orioles. 1-1 delivery, and Konerko watches that one settle into the strike zone.
It seems like it's so easy. You get 4 or more, they're 32 and 19. Respectable numbers, in fact, great numbers. Less than 4 wins. There's a lot of teams. I mean, even the best teams, when you get down there in the 2 and 3 runs, you don't win a whole lot of those. No.
1-2, runner goes, swung on and missed. So Guthrie will get the strikeout. That'll be his second. A run on the Rios RBI ties the ball game up.
The road with a little bit deeper bench now that his rotation has made it through one time with all 5 starters putting in quality starts. He feels like he can go to a little bit smaller pitching staff and carry just 12 pitchers and a 4-man bench. So he said after the game he and Andy McPhail will discuss that decision. Now as for what the roster move could be, we could see Gabino or Troy Patton sent down. They haven't been used since they were called up from AAA. And as far as players being called up, maybe Craig Tatum. We all know the Orioles didn't want to sit him down in the first place. Some of the other players are options, but right now there's really no indication of what move will be made, Gary.
But pretty clear, Buck has talked about, if there's one thing he's talked about daily, it's been that bench and how he really wishes he had another player and how difficult it is to make any kind of a move. So he and Andy will get together after the game. We'll see. 1-1 score as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Mark Burley. As Torres had a single his first time up, followed by Bell and Roberts, the 1,000th career hit for the Orioles shortstop. And the ball was gathered up and will be taken home by Torres tonight. Torres 3 hits and 11 at bats. Lifetime off Burley. And that one will be popped up right field. Quinton. He's got it. 1 down. And we want to remind you, today's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the day is Sharice Barrett from Baltimore. If an Orioles player hits the Hit It Here sign in the bullpen area, Sharice, you're going to get $100,000. To find out more about how you can become the fan of the game, visit mdlottery.com/hitithere. Good luck. Strike on the outside corner. Bell had a single his first time up for naught as they ended up getting an out at the plate. And Beckham was still in the game, picked it up and threw it in. And retired Fox, who was trying to score from second, was an infield hit that Beckham had knocked down. 1-1 to Bell, 1-2.
Yeah, this is a great learning opportunity, especially against this White Sox staff, because again, you talk about 39 and 14, over 5 runs a game, but the ERA, most quality starts, 276 over that period. So you're going to get guys like Burley right there, cut it in on your fist.
That is a fair ball. Burley's got to hustle it. And 2 down. After a brief road trip next week through Cleveland and Tampa, the Orioles are going to be home on Monday, August 16. It'll be a homestand starting with the Mariners and the first-place Rangers. Get your tickets in advance and save 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. Rangers have the 8.5-game lead over Oakland. 9 over the Angels, 23 over Seattle. In spring prediction magazines, TV online, Seattle was pumped up to be one of the stories to be. And people weren't wrong about that. What they were wrong about is where they were going to be in the standings about that story.
Well, I think, they went out and got Milton Bradley, and I don't know, Jackson Zaremzik, terrific general manager, but why? And then they were 35-20 last year in one-run games. And in Tampa Bay, they go to the World Series in 2008. Their numbers similar to that. You just know it doesn't always happen that way, especially if you're over 500 and you give up more runs, even though they have good pitching, than you score. They didn't have much offense, and then you get some injuries. You go out and get Sean Figgins. Figgins was great.
Bedard can't pitch.
Yeah, but they figured Cliff Lee and Hernandez. Well, you have two guys that can beat anybody, which they can, but you got to score runs for them.
Brian Roberts right off the fist that time. Vizquel will make the play on him, and that's going to do it. So Burley cruising along here. That's a 1-2-3 inning for him, and a ball game tied at 1. To experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. Beautiful view in the Inner Harbor on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon. 1-6-0 for the Orioles, 1-5-1 here at Camden Yards. The Orioles and White Sox in this game 3. We will be right back with you tomorrow night for the 4th game of the series. Brian Mattis and Edwin Jackson. 6:30 O's Extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game.
Yeah, not a lot of runs, obviously. The Rios with a couple of singles, but the second one drove in the run. And after Pierre was hit by a pitch, stole second. The game of the little things today. Anytime you don't get a lot of runs, everything. Leadoff walks if you're a pitcher. Do you get the first guy out? Can you hold runners? Jeremy does that as well as anybody.
Quentin's got an 8-game hit streak. And that pitch will be taken. He's flied out, grounded out so far in the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strike count from Jeremy Guthrie with his 2-3 mark lifetime against the White Sox. 1-2 delivery to him, and that'll be fouled away. Guthrie has had 6 career starts against the White Sox. Has won the last 2 against Chicago's team. 1 ball, 2 strike count to start this inning up. White Sox have had the leadoff man on only once in the second inning. Good play, Guthrie. Retires Quentin.
Well, very athletic. Probably the most highly conditioned Oriole pitcher. Tries not to leave a whole lot of things to chance. And fielding your position, one of them.
Here's Mark Kotsay. Lefties 278 off Guthrie. Right-handers 232. Kotsay has doubled and grounded out.
Yeah, well, you kind of know what he's going to do. In. He's going to give you trouble. Away. There's the bounce out. Changeup misses.
Kotsay with the double in this game is now 1 for 7 off Guthrie. And he will take that for a strike. 1-1. Atlanta in the National League East, 2-game lead over Philadelphia. Phillies have won 7 of 10. They're making a race of it. 1-1's away. Cincinnati, unbelievable story. They've won 8 of 10, 3 in a row. They now lead the Cardinals by a game and a half. That's a 2-team race. San Diego's lost 2 in a row. They have a 1-game lead over the Giants, 6.5 over Colorado, and 7 over the Dodgers.
Yeah, in Cincinnati, they're reading a little blurb about the Cuban defector, or Adolis Chapman. They're going to probably bring him up out of the bullpen. And they put him in the bullpen because of his mechanics and worked on him down at AAA. So he's thrown between 96 and 103.
He can throw.
That might, and eventually they'll do kind of what they did with Phil Hughes, move him back as a starter. But this year he may be up in the next couple of weeks, or certainly in September, to help him.
Saw him in the World Baseball Classic pitching, and I'll tell you something, you don't get comfortable with him. He is effectively wild. Play will be made by Roberts, and Kotsay is retired. 2 down here in the 6th inning. On Wednesday, joined former Orioles pitcher Tippy Martinez at High Tops Backstage Grill, York Road in Timonium, for a Masson Orioles alumni viewing party. Tippy's going to be on hand from 6 till 8, meeting fans, signing autographs. It'll be the Birds and the Indians live on Masson HD from Progressive Field. That one will be grounded down to third. Bell will back up on that one. And Ramirez is retired, and Guthrie has a 1-2-3 inning. Well, the pitcher's getting even tougher here in this 1-1 game. On the mound against Edwin Jackson. We'll be on the air in Masson HD at 6:30 with those extra. The local Ford dealer brings that to you, and then game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. With Jim Palmer and Amateo Harris, I'm Gary Thorne, and tomorrow, the matchup.
Yeah, well, Matt is trying to win his second. Brian will try to make it 2 in a row. And Edwin Jackson, he won his first game. They got him a bunch of runs. And he was only throwing 98 late in that ball game. No-hitter already. 149 pitch no-hitter. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Yeah, and
it's a no-hitter.
Don Cooper, the White Sox pitcher, he said, you know what, we looked at some films and we thought he could help us because he's pitched in the playoffs with the Tigers. And he said, just got to kind of smooth things out. It's nice to be able to smooth things out with a guy that's a starting pitcher that can throw a lot of pitches and throws in the upper 90s.
And a no-hitter. Yeah. Inside to Corey Patterson. Corey has popped out and had a sacrifice, DHing.
There it is, and again, PA fastball up and in for a home run. Coming back our way, and yeah, that's the amazing thing about Burley. So consistent. Only Sabathia and Mark have won at least 10 games the last 10 years. He's been able to do that. Talking to Don Cooper last year, he said, well, sometimes his work ethic not that good, but he really worked hard on his arm strength. So slow start, and he has really come on. Nice eye there, yeah.
So Patterson will get the leadoff walk. Burley retires 74% of leadoff batters in a game, but the Orioles, they've had a single in the second inning, a single in the third, a single in the fourth, and now an intentional pass here in the sixth to get leadoff men on base.
Well, again, in close games, it's usually the little things, and this could be one of them. And again, if you're Nick Markakis, you want to be able to try to get a ball you can hit into right field because you have great speed at first. And of course, what's Burley going to do? He's going to try to make you reach for things and hit the ball. Again, as we said, hit it in front of the runner, not behind the runner.
Patterson on at first. Markakis has popped out and grounded out. Corey Patterson will end up back on the bag here. Of course, Patterson is a threat to go, and Burley knows that. And Patterson knows Burley's got 10 pickoffs. So you got to play it close to the vest here.
And Burley knows he's got 18 steals.
Only caught 3 times this year. Markakis in the air to left center field. Got a lot of that. Rios on his horse. Way back. Reaching. Not going to get it. And it stays in the ballpark. Patterson will come around to score. A double Markakis. 2-1 O's.
Wow. Corey must have got a great read because he didn't wait to get over his head. He's already around second base when the ball is landing. And then he runs into third, almost stops. Gary Allenson, what's this? Little slider, cutter, and it's going to go. So he's going to take off. Here he goes. Now he's around second base. Right there, it clears. Rios, he takes off. But what's this? No, I guess maybe I thought he stopped, but that's just making sure he gets the thing and then puts the jet on.
Little stutter step at third. So the Orioles back on top, 2-1. And Markakis, another double, is 38th leading the league. That one by Wigginton down the line. That's going to be off the base of the wall. Markakis coming in, throw off the mark. A double RBI. Wigginton, 3-1.
Well, great approaches. Markakis goes the other way. Change up down and away. Short porch here. Great play by Quentin, except he doesn't hit the cutoff man. Right here, Reed. There you go. And he doesn't even hesitate. And you can see Gary Allenson at third base just waving him in, and Wigginton. And the throw off the mark.
So the Orioles get back-to-back doubles here in the sixth inning after the walk was surrendered to Corey Patterson. And the O's are on top as they get to Burley. Pitch will be taken inside by Jones. He is singled, hit into a double play. Ty Wigginton getting his 59th RBI, and Markakis getting his 40th of the year. Wigginton now with the 21 doubles, and Markakis with the league-leading 38.
And Adam Jones has to get him over. Get him in or get him over. Get the ball to the right side.
1-0 delivery. Burley trying to prevent that and stay inside to him.
And that's what you try to do. Get him to roll over, try to cut the ball in on him, jam him. But the approach, and we've seen it, with 8 hits, a lot of them to right field. Stay inside the ball. Hit it to right.
Jones with a single, now a 5-game hit streak. Adam will go the other way up in the air, though, towards the corner. Quentin, runner tagging. Quentin will put it away, and over goes Wigginton. There'll be no play at third base. 1 down.
Yeah, great approach by Adam Jones. You could see what he's trying to do. Oh, there you go.
And we're going to have, how many of these are we going to have this year? No hitter through 7, Brandon Morrow, or Moreau, depending on who you listen to. Yeah, 7 innings. You can see a walk, 14 strikeouts. He's up to 102 pitches through 7 versus the Rays. Wow. 1-0 in the ball game for the Jays.
14 punch-outs.
Here's Felix Pie. Infield is in. As again will try and cut this run off. Pie has had the homer, his third. He is hit into a double play. Ty Wigginton asking Gary Allison, all right, make sure now, am I going on contact or not here? You would think not, as Wigginton does not have great speed, and Vizquel's so close he can't get a good lead. 1-1.
Well, you work on these situations in batting practice. And of course, it's a lot different when you have a guy that's a very accomplished lefty on the mound. You know, what ball can I get until I get the 2 strikes that I can get in the air?
Pie's hit only 200 against left-handers coming in. That was the first home run off a lefty for him. Ground ball, runner not going, backhanded. And that will get Pie. And that's a big second out.
Well, it's a great pitch.
Got 2 in.
You know, it's a young, inexperienced hitter chasing a low and away slider, and that's usually what happens. You do get the ground ball, so it's well executed.
Lillibridge at second making the play, and the infield will back up. Early with a runner at third base now against Jake Fox.
Yeah, a lot of breaking balls, so we'll see if Jake is able to adjust to the way Burley's been pitching him.
Jake flied out and reached on an error. That's down the line, chased by Kotze, and there'll be no play on that. 0-1 count on Jake Fox. The Orioles now with 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. White Sox a run on 5 hits and an error. Guthrie has worked around some problems because there have been 6 left on base by the White Sox, and 4 of those have been in scoring position. And that was in the first 3 innings of the game. That one down the line left field, and that is near the warning track. Jean-Pierre is there to haul it in. But the Orioles have a good 6th, a couple of runs, 2 hits, a base runner left on. Now a 3-1 lead. Work his colleagues together for a night or day at the yard. Discounted ticket prices for groups as small as 15. Party facilities for groups up to 1,000. Camden Yards can make your group outing an experience you will never forget. 888-848-BIRD. We go to Orioles.com. Vicky Goldberg is 16 years old today. Vicky, happy birthday.
Yeah. Enjoy the day. But Jeremy's going to try to do. Jeremy Guthrie.
So far.
He's not 16. He's 31.
Wishes he was. Well, no, probably not.
No.
Here's Ramon Castro. Castro has popped out and grounded out. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Castro, then Lillibridge is playing at second. And Juan Pierre at the top of the order. 1-1 delivery. Shallow left. Is Torres back. And he's out. Want to remind you on this beautiful Sunday, this is going to be a great day to join Nick and Christina Marquez for the second annual 5K run and 1 mile fun walk. It is today, 6 o'clock, Patterson Park here in Baltimore, following our game. You can sign up on site, actually, or you can go to rightside.foundation.org and do that right now. So tonight, Patterson Park, Nick will be there. That one bunted foul, and that's to raise money for distressed children throughout Maryland through their Right Side Foundation. So I hope you'll take it in. Lillibridge will get his second at bat. He flied out to center field after coming on for Beckham, whom we understand left with a strained groin. That's why Beckham came out of the ball game at second base. 0-1 delivery. Lillibridge will foul it back. Orioles now up 3-1 in the game. Orioles over the past couple of seasons have actually done pretty well against this White Sox team. Only the White Sox and Kansas City have the Orioles had a winning record against over the last 4 seasons. They're the only 2 teams the O's have won against. That is swung on and missed, and Lillibridge goes down. Third strikeout for Guthrie.
Yeah, you know, it's one of the first curveballs he's thrown, and when he throws it, and this is a pitch he's used since he's had 5 straight quality starts, and this is the 5th one. He's been able to use it since the All-Star break, so it gives him another pitch. He brings it out and throws a perfect one down and away.
Here is Juan Pierre. Pierre has been hit by a pitch, stolen a base, grounded out, and flied out. So officially 0 for 2 in the ball game.
And he's got that 14-game hit streak going. Oh, again.
Well,
don't.
Now he's going to get a little upset. That's 3 pitches that have been 1 hit him, 2 went through his legs.
A slider, and it almost gets him. You know, again, this is a guy that throws 65 bases, so he skips out of the way.
What teams always point to is that Guthrie has thrown no wild pitches, but he's hit 11 batters.
Well, he's not comfortable coming in to lefties. And I mean, just we saw it in spring training with Teixeira. It's not the only guy that's ever had that. Again, he's a better away. The ball runs that way. So when he comes in, and then he over-rotates. Again, you know, Ferris wheel, you're going straight to home. Merry-go-round, where are you going? Right towards the left-handed hitter. And that's why he's hit a lot of batters.
2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down and nobody on. And that is going to be a base hit down the line. Pierre will hustle to hold him to a single. Good play to do that. So there's a 15-game hit streak for him as he again extends it with a single.
And Juan does exactly what he wants to do, get on base. They're 2 runs down, so the potential tying run will come to the plate. And he's talking to Ty Wiggins. He goes, why me? Why is he trying to hit me? And he's not trying to hit him. He's just trying to pitch him in off the plate. You saw why.
Now Vizquel with 2 down. And that will miss for a ball. For the White Sox, that'll be hit number 6. The Orioles have hit him by 2, 8-6. Orioles lead it by 2. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Pierre, not a big lead over there. Long hold. Towering fly ball into the seats here, foul ball.
You know, trying to throw him a strike takes a little bit off, and even at 43, able to pull the ball. Bill Cuzzy behind the plate may be one of the better umpired games that I've seen all year long. He's done a terrific job to this point.
Guthrie with a 1-1. There's a really long look and a necessary timeout at the plate by Vizquel.
Well, I would imagine Ozzie Guillen will let the guy leading the league in stolen bases steal if he thinks he can make it, because you wouldn't mind having Vizquel
bunting for a base hit. Fouled it off. Vizquel trying to drag that down to first with Wigginton holding the bag. Tough to get a good jump on a bunt by the first baseman when you're doing that, but he didn't get it out. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Koji O'Hara has become a regular in these games out of the bullpen because he has been so effective. Is up and throwing again. Now the lead extended a bit at first. Another half step. 1-2. Pierre not going. Vizquel right to Wigginton. A step on the bag. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 7th inning stretch time on this Sunday here at Camden Yards. And the cantor, Tom King, is going to be performing God Bless America here at the ballpark. And as the fans stand and stretch, we will let you enjoy that as well.
A lead at 1-0 by Felix P.A. And then the 1,000th base hit by Cesar Torres. Josh Bell in an inning where they will get 4 hits but only 1 run because of Beckham's alert play. Rios will tie it up 1-1. And then after leadoff walk to Corey Patterson, back-to-back doubles by Markakis and Wigginton. And that was Burley's only walk of the day so far. And to this point, Guthrie just a little better of Mark Burley, as the Orioles lead at 3-1.
Good ball game, and as usual, Burley hanging in there. He is a workhorse in the innings pitch, so another one of these veteran starters who's going to be effective enough to hang around and hope to get runs. His Torres will lead it off against him. Bell and then Roberts to follow as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning.
So they now, as the White Sox, have 70 quality starts, which leads the major leagues. Of course, they had 89 last year, and nobody as a team, with their pitching coach Don Cooper, has more since 2003.
Torres came in hitting only .219 off the lefties, .253 off righties, but against Burley did get that single, 1 for 2. And he'll take that one to the gap in left center field. Pierre racing, not going to get it. Is Torres on his way to second base. And he's got a double, and the Orioles get a leadoff man on again. What a season as Torres is having right now, both in the field and at the plate.
Well, you know, again, part of hitting is you're getting a good pitch, little cutter, it stays up, and they don't play him in left center. They play him around in center. Rios shaded to right center, and so he just gets a high slider, hits it up the gap. He's thinking triple till Pierre gets to it quickly and holds him to second.
Now Bell's job to get him moved around here. Bell has had a single. He is grounded out. 125 right-handed, 182 left. And he will take the pitch down low for a ball.
Yeah, if you're going to get an opportunity to play at this level, that's your mission right here. And you better tell your new manager, Buck Showalter, that's the attempt. Get him to third base.
Just Josh's 13th. He hits it in the air to right towards the gap. There, and the runner did not tag as Turris waited, so will not move up.
Well, he should have. He just does. It's not very good base running. I don't know what he's thinking. Because right here, now the minute you go tag up. You don't watch. There's nobody out, and then it's too late. And you could see Josh Bell trying to do what he's supposed to do. So Adam Jones do it last inning. So again, good approach, and you just don't advance the runner. Now it's going to take a base hit.
So one down. Brian Roberts with a single. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Against Burley now, 11 for 35. And he'll foul that back. Brian, of course, with the limited at bats, only his 17th game. You got Brian playing in his 17th and Bell playing in his 13th. Fox playing in his 22nd game of the year with the Orioles. Here's the 0-1 delivery by Burley. Turns on it foul, 0-2. Checking in on that no-hitter that's was being pitched or is being pitched. It is. So now Brandon Moreau through 8 innings has got a no-hitter.
With 16 strikeouts.
Wow. 115 pitchers for him.
Well, we saw when Toronto came in. Isn't it amazing? He had 8 home runs last night. 6 off of Shields. 8 home runs in a game, 17-11. And now this game's 1-0.
I can't figure out, honestly, on his name. I'm not joking about that. I mean, supposedly the team publications say it's Moreau, but everybody in Toronto calls him Morrow, including the PA announcer and the broadcaster. So I don't know. I give up. He said he doesn't care, so if he doesn't, neither do I. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Roberts.
Well, you know,
get a runner in from second.
Nobody knows how to pronounce Brian Mattis's name. It's who's this Matuska? And I go, well, and which is actually, I guess, the Hungarian pronunciation. But it's Mattis. At least that's its.
Whatever they want.
If he pitches a no-hitter, doesn't really matter what his last name is.
That's right, exactly.
Just call me Brandon.
1-2 delivery, and that's going to be foul back. And it'll stay at a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Fans that think we're kidding sometimes about those name things, you see line brink up. There'll be players who will change the pronunciation of their names from season to season.
Well, Doug DeCinces did it. It used to be DeCinces, and when he got to the big leagues, it became DeCinces. I'm going to have to ask him when I see him in California. Simone was Simon until the season started.
1-2 delivery on the way, and the ball gets away, and that's going to move him over to third. Castro could not find it, and as Turris moves up.
Yeah, probably a ball that should have been blocked, but anytime it hits the dirt and it gets through his legs. A little change up. So now again the infield in. Trying to cut off the run, the 4th run for the Orioles. There it is. And it's a ball that should be kept in front of you, even though we know what the scoring will be. But
no, they actually called it a pass ball.
Wow.
Infield is in. Roberts takes it in, and the count is full, 3-2.
Yeah, a lot of conviction on that fastball, because if you're Mark Burley, you know you do not want to give up another run. Ryan's looking for something he can get into the outfield.
Only one away, 3-2 delivery on the way. Infield in, grounded to the hole, knocked down and away, and it'll be an infield hit and an RBI. Gonna try for second. Nope. He'll back up as Pierre comes in, but Roberts gets it done, and the Orioles have a 4-1 lead.
Boy, isn't it nice to have the lead and not have to have your infield in, and that's exactly what happens here. It's probably going to be a routine ground ball, except you have a 3-1 lead. You've gotten great pitching from Guthrie. You put the pressure on them, and Brian Roberts able to take advantage of it for the 4th run.
For Brian, it'll be RBI number 3. And the pass ball, at least at this point, really mattered as Turris scores after moving up. Roberts on with one away. The Orioles get their 10th hit of the ball game. And Corey Patterson, he drew the lone walk surrendered by Burley and scored in the 6th inning. Markakis an RBI, Wigginton an RBI, PA a home run, and now Roberts an RBI. Early with a 1-0 delivery. Patterson. That is in there for a strike. Big run the way this game has gone and the way Jeremy Guthrie has been pitching to get a 3-run lead. 1 strike, 1 away. Roberts held by Kotze at first base. And there'll be no play on that. 18,283. 18,283 the announced attendance here at Camden Yards on this Sunday afternoon. The Orioles trying to make this homestand 5-1. Start another win streak after the 4-game win streak was ended last night. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Looped towards short. Ramirez back and makes the catch. 2 down. Join Orioles Reach Masson and Brian Roberts on Sunday, August 22, 6 to 9. It is the 5th annual Brian's Baseball Bash. Fundraising event, University of Maryland Hospital for Children benefit at Dave & Buster's in the Arundel Mills Mall. It'll include a silent and live auctions and sports memorabilia to help the kids. Individual tickets, $200, $150 for children 12 and under. You can call for information 410-328-3637. Markakis picked up the double in the RBI in the 6th. He is 1 for 3. Nick now has a 5-game hit streak, and again closing in on that 300 batting average. Roberts still at first. Markakis fouls it back 1-1.
Yeah, really good swing there. Well, threw him a cutter away and doubled over the head of Rios in deep left center. Well, that's pretty much, you pitch him away, that's where he's going to hit it.
Nick is now 2 ahead of Joe Mauer in the doubles department in the league with 38. Mauer with the 36.
Yeah, our guys in the truck really did a nice job. I know you wanted those numbers as far as contact and the comparison to Mauer. Anytime you can compare as far as contact and taking pitches, and Nick hadn't won a batting title yet, but he certainly had that kind of. He reminds me again of George Brett when I first saw Brett come up. He didn't hit. I think 1 year he hit over 30 home runs. Took him a couple, but again, you pitch him the left, he'd single, and you had to make a decision. And the doubles, George, you want to single the left or you want him to go into a water fountain in right center field, and he could do that. And Markakis is going to do that. George hitting a better hitting lineup in Kansas City.
That ball is taken in the air to center. Rios is there to put it away, but the Orioles will add a run on 2 hits with 1 left on base, 7 complete, and now a 4-1 O's lead. He has walked 1 and struck out 3 and been able to get the big outs, especially early in the game when runners were on. Mark Burley, he too has gotten some big outs in the ball game, especially with a couple of key double plays in it. But the Orioles have been able to get to him. The home run by PA, 2-run 6th inning, and another in the 7th.
Yeah, Guthrie again on a roll since the All-Star break. 1 batter at a time.
He gets Rios, Konerko, and Quinton here in the 8th inning. Rios has single walks, singled again. Great stop is Turris. Oh, mercy, what a play. And he just continues to shine.
Well, what bad base running play. Scored anyway. Doesn't get any better than this. Ball screamed towards left field. A sure base hit until that glove. Gold Glover in 2004 shows you why. Nice pick over at first base by Wigington. Pretty nifty.
He has been putting on quite the show, and Guthrie right at him with thanks. So one down here in the 8th inning. Here's Konerko. He has doubled and struck out twice. 4 for 20 with 2 home runs lifetime off Guthrie.
Yeah. Bullpen getting loose for the Orioles. 110 pitches. So again, this is the time, and Jeremy can do it. Yeah, a couple of back-to-back curveballs. He didn't unveil it till the 7th inning. Just pitch. Make your pitches. And the good thing when you're in that kind of condition like he is, and pitch now to 111, and that's all right. Stay back, get your arm out in front, use all your pitches. He's got 4 of them, and he showed them.
He's got a 2-strike count on Konerko. Doug Showalter taking it all in. Got him to go after one up high. Grounds it to second base. Brian Roberts. And there are 2 down. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Your choices: Felix Villet. His home run came in the 2nd inning, his 3rd of the year, and a couple of good plays in the outfield. Jeremy Guthrie, we were just talking about his performance as the starter after his 6th win today. And his Turris, in the field and at the plate. Single, double, run scored, and a fine defensive play you just saw. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 518-62. Fastball inside, Carlos Quinton. Quinton has an 0 for 3. He's only had 1 hit in 11 at-bats in the 3 games of this series. High strike will be called against him there, 1-1.
Yeah, and that's a home run. Like you said, kind of struggling batting average, but he's a big fly type of guy, really strong.
1-1 delivery to him. Since June, Jose Bautista, 18 home runs. Carlos Quinton, 17. They're 1 and 2 in the league since that date.
Did you hear that? Longoria with 2 outs in the 9th.
Base hit?
Base hit.
Wow. And an infield base hit at that, I guess. Swung on and missed. Guthrie walking along. He retires the side in order. 4 strikeouts in the ball game, and the Orioles lead at 4-1. Guthrie still out there. Have knocked the starter out. The left-hander Mark Burley is out of the ball game, and here's Scott Linebrink.
Yeah, came over a couple of years ago to the White Sox as a free agent. So again, usually better in the second half. And again, that's exactly what's happened. In fact, he's been part of this tremendous run. 39 and 14. Only one run last 11 innings. It seems like everybody out of the bullpen. Righties are only hitting 217. Have done a great job.
So Linebrink will come on, and the Orioles have been able to chase a red-hot starter. Burley, who had won 7, lost 2, and had 1 no decision in his last 10. Pitcher of record on the losing side for the moment, and the Orioles got 10 hits off him. 4 runs, 3 earned on 10 hits. He walked 1. He did not strike out anybody. That's the 3rd time this year Burley has had a ball game without a strikeout. Now Scott Linebrink, the right-hander, will work. Ty Wigginton will lead it off. And Wigginton will take it outside for a ball. Wigginton with an important RBI double that came in the 6th inning, and the Orioles got 2 runs and a couple of hits, 2 doubles by Markakis and Wigginton. Linebrink inside to him, 2-0.
Yeah, he's always had good stuff. Sharp slider, big overhand curveball, and just turned 34 out of Austin, Texas.
2-0 delivery, and that's going to be a strike on the outside corner. Linebrink 288, the lefties with 6 home runs. Right-handers only 217 with 1 home run off him. 2-1 delivery, and gets that one there as well. Wigginton unsure about the call, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Wigginton, Jones, and PA do up. Wigginton will take it, and the count is full, 3-2. Linebrink right around the plate on all of these.
Yeah, that's the curveball we talked about. Yeah, not any hitters today looking back at the umpire, because he's been very, very consistent.
Ty Wigginton in the air to center. Rios handles that one away. Find the latest gear at the official online shop of the Orioles. You can browse the largest selection of caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more for the whole family. 24/7. Your gear from the official source, theorioles.com shop. 1 down in the 8th inning. Adam Jones, a single, a 5-game hit streak. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. White Sox had chances early against Guthrie. He did not bend, and the team came back with runs and have given him the lead. Quinton battling the sun. It's going to fall in. Jones to second base. He never was able to pick it up cleanly, and it came right off the end of his glove, and he may be hurt.
Yeah, we talked about it early on, about the sun. A lot of puffy clouds in and out, and right there doesn't find it. And now Adam will run into second.
He'll be credited with a double. Well, the Orioles with a chance to get an extra run here in the 8th. 11 hits in the ball game. Felix PA, one of them, a home run in the 2nd inning, his 3rd. He is hit into a double play, grounded out. Jones now with a 2 for 4 ball game. Linebrink, and that will be taken down low for a ball. He clubbed that one. Burley giving it up, only the 12th home run surrendered by Mark Burley on the season. Ramirez holding the runner close, and the 1-0 delivery. So Toronto has won their ball game against Tampa Bay by a score of 1-0. With Morrow not getting the no-hitter, an infield single by Longoria with 2 down in the 9th. Break my heart. Here's the 1-1, and PA lifts it. First base. Kotze. And that goes behind the dugout.
Yeah, he couldn't find where it was either. Well, one of our guys, former teammate Mike Flanagan, 2 outs in the 9th inning, 1-0 lead. Gary Alexander down the right field line, no hitter on the line.
We'll have to check on that just for the heck of it. How many no-hitters have been broken up with 2 down in the 9th inning?
Well, I saw Tovar, I don't know if there was 2 outs, but I saw Tovar do it twice in a couple of weeks against McNally and Cuellar. He had the knack of doing that.
It's amazing. Tampa Bay has now lost 5 games in a row. They are 2 games behind the Yankees pending the outcome of the Red Sox-Yankees game tonight. And this losing streak, and I don't know. I felt it when it happened. That home run that hit on the E-ring thing down there has really set the team back, and it's just a real bad thing. I mean, it gets everybody talking about the park again and why we need a new yard and how bad this place is to play. And instead of thinking about being in a race for a division title, all that stuff's going on after that home run that hit on the ring. That'll be played at second by Lillibridge, and that retires PA.
Oh, it's a horrible ground rule. Again, a pop fly that should have been caught. That's how they lost one game, just a routine ground, fly ball that the shortstop, Mason Bartlett, was going to catch, and it's just a silly ground rule. And Ty Wigginton said then you go farther out, they have 2 other rings, and they're both home runs, and he said, and he played there, he said, a lot of balls that hit that one ring, if they do, in batting practice, they're not going out. So, okay, but why would a ball be in play? Why wouldn't the ball just be dead? If the ball goes up and it's a pop-up or whatever, it should be a dead
ball. Just
that's bad luck. It doesn't happen very often. What do you think, maybe more than once or twice a year?
Happened at the worst time for Tampa Bay.
And it does change the outcomes of games.
Yes, it does. And 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 down. Over to third base, Adam Jones. Jake Fox reached on an error. Only time he has been on base in the ball game, and he'll take that one in the air to right. Backing up again, Quinton. Can he see it? He does this time and puts it away. So no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on. The Orioles are 3 outs away from taking 2 against the White Sox. To you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Fine ball game pitch so far by Guthrie. On to try and finish it off for him and maybe earn that closer role permanently is Simone. Buck Showalter talked about it today. Does he have closer stuff? Can he do that?
Never overlook an orchid while searching for a rose. You know what I mean? We'll see. He's what they look like, and you can see the stuff. You can see why he's had success. I mean, who knows? We got to know. We don't want to be guessing about it. And when we get through the end of this year, we need to be able to make that evaluation. I like what I've seen so far.
Yeah, take a look right there. There's Friday again. He could be awfully good. Buck Showalter alluding to the fact that he can throw in the middle 90s. Got a splitter hard slider, which was one of his better pitches on Friday. So, think the only thing, and he's been pretty good in the save situation, only 3 blown saves, but what gets you is that the 17 walks, that's 54 base runners in 35 2/3. And we always talk, great stuff, learning how to do this. This is his first year. And he's got a 3-run lead tonight. This afternoon. That's a little bit more comfortable. But you don't want to lose your focus. Excuse me, Gary.
Nope. Kotze, Ramirez, and Castro, bottom part of the order, due up here. And Kotze with the 0-1 will take it up high for a ball. So a chance for Guthrie to get his 6th win with a tremendous performance. A run on 6 hits over 8 innings, only 1 walk and 4 strikeouts in the ball game. A tapper that will go foul.
Well, Jeremy, once again, that's 5 straight where he pitched. I mean, he really pitched. Batter to batter. Didn't project. Went out and got him. He needed an out early, like you said. He was struggling. They had, not that they had him on the ropes, but in a game where Burley's going to pitch well, that's the way it was early on. Battled out of trouble, and now he hands the ball to his closer.
Simone with a 1-2 delivery on the way. First inning, 2 down, runners at 2nd and 3rd against Guthrie, and he got Quinton on a foul ball. Leadoff double Kotze in the 2nd. He left him stranded there. 3rd inning, there was a single and a walk, 2 on, 1 out. He left those runners stranded. The first 3 innings were the best chances for the White Sox in the game, and Guthrie got it done. Simone gets over to cover. Wigginton gets it to him. 1 down, 9th inning. Updating you on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. There you have it so far. You still have time to text in your vote. A, B, or C to 51862. The results on the O's Extra postgame show. Ramon after the save. He is 16 out of 19 on the year.
And after he covers first base, they all go out there to give him a little bit of a breather.
Ramirez. Alexei Ramirez 0 for 3, 2 for 10 now in the series. Simone gets the strike.
I talked about it the other night. Whether he ends up to the closer, he's got starter stuff.
Into the screen, he's ahead, 2 strikes.
He can throw 96. He's got the slider. He's got the splitter. You would think if he can just get a little bit better with his command, it's never easy to close. Got the personality for it. Doesn't seem like he gets rattled.
Timeout taken. Orioles trying to get just their 12th win in a game in which a left-handed starter's been on the mound. And not just any left-handed starter, but Mark Burley. 0-2 count.
Who had been 7-2 in the last 9 decisions.
That'll be bounced in the dirt. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The Orioles can get it. They will improve their mark against Burley to 5-4 lifetime.
And if the Orioles win again, they will now would be 4 runs or more, 33-19. That's what happens when you get good pitching.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way.
Yeah, the hard thing for closers sometimes, and again we talked a little bit bigger cushion, is what's going to work today. So the splitter not good yet. Fastball looked pretty good at 96. Just throw a knee-high fastball low and away and take your chances.
2-2 delivery hit hard into left field for a base hit.
But he threw it right down the middle.
So a 1-out single for Ramirez in the top of the 9th. Now you've got Castro and then Lillibert's due up, numbers 8 and 9.
Alexei Ramirez looks like he's just kind of a string bean type of guy, but he's got a quick bat, 15, 20 home runs. So he is right on the ball down the middle. And they're looking for base runners.
Castro, just his 25th game, 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. He's taken an 0 for 3 in this ball game. 7 hits now for the White Sox. The Orioles have out-hit Chicago 11-7 today. Here's the 1-0 delivery to him, and that'll be taken up high. 2-0.
Yeah, see, this is in Buck hasn't seen this yet. Buck Showalter. He dropped his elbow on the first pitch. That's why the ball went high. Tried to make an adjustment. A little bit better arm angle, but ball 2. He's taken here. And then why would you be throwing over at first?
And almost handcuff your first baseman.
Well, there's just no reason. It's an inconsequential run. You need 2 outs. I think that 9-1 game, Buck Showalter said, all I know, we needed to get 9 outs before they got 8 runs.
Castro is just taking as he even backs out of the box on that.
I don't think that's a good idea because the umpire loses his frame of reference when you do that. You can take, but stand there.
2 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. Simone trying to wrap this game up, get a save, and a win for Guthrie. And comes back with a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know what the pitch is. It's a low and away slider. Get a ground ball, one of your infielders, and you can go put the bats away. Game will be over.
2-2 delivery on the way. In the air to left field. PA going back at the wall. And goodbye home run. Ramon Castro. A 2 RBI homer, and it is a 1-run ball game in the 9th inning with 1 down.
Well, that's his 6th home run of the year. So no low and away sliders, and that's 6 home runs in about 72 at bats. I mean, right down the chute. We already saw what Ramirez is, so not a lot of movement, and the only movement is heading for the left field seats. If he gets a good pitch to hit with 2 strikes.
Well, Castro gets it done. Brings in Ramirez, who had the single ahead of him. It's 4-3. And here is Lillibridge. As Simone now, no room, no leeway. That's 5 home runs he surrendered in 36 innings worked this year. He gets the count on Lillibridge to 1-1. Top of the order, Pierre waiting on deck. Lillibridge, 1 homer, 13 RBIs, came on for the injured Beckham. And that's going to be the short, and there are 2 down. Orioles really got a break as it worked out in the ball game that Beckham had to come out in the 5th inning with that strained groin because he's a much better power hitter.
Yeah, Lillibridge, as you mentioned, he was hot. He was hitting 380, but they match him up against left-handers.
So the Orioles fans on their feet with 2 down, 9th inning and a 4-3 game.
And you have to be aggressive early on. You have to trust that your stuff is good enough to get him out. Because if you walk him, it's going to be a double. He's going to steal.
Orioles trying to win their 20th 1-run game.
So you can't mess around.
He's had to do that. 2-0. Got hit by a pitch by Guthrie in the 5th inning. Single in the 7th. 15-game hit streak. Simone, 2-0 delivery. 2-1. White Sox are 19-13 in 1-run games. The Orioles 19-16. 2-1 pitch, foul back. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that'll be fouled away. 2 down in the 9th inning as the Orioles try and get this win. Roberts, Markakis, Wigginton, PA, the RBIs. Rios and Castro with 2 for the White Sox. Guthrie, chance to win it. Simone's 2-2 delivery. And that'll be slashed to left. PA is there. Put this in the book for the O's. The Orioles go up 2-1 in this 4-game set. They improved their homestand record to 5-1. A 4-3 final in Game 3.